So, Jack, that's like an ad read.
What, Rob?
Want to buy some podcasts?
Where did you find that nice tea cozy you've got there?
It's like the best of. Well, hello.
Well, hello. Okay, let's dial it in.
Welcome to the Deadzone Podcast. Deadzone is the sci-fi tabletop miniature skirmish game from Mantic Games. And now, here are your hosts, Rob Harper and Jack Pike. And I am your announcer, William Randolph Wintergreen.
Welcome to the 17th episode of Deadzone the Podcast. In this episode, we have some Mantic Announcements, lots of pictures, and debut a new segment. As always, you can go to deadzonegame.podbean.com to see all the pictures we're checking out. And now on to the show.
Welcome to episode 17 of Deadzone the Podcast.
Welcome, welcome. My name is Jack.
I'm Rob.
And this is the Deadzone Podcast. And what do we have on this going to be the mid-June episode of the Deadzone Podcast?
We have news, lots of pictures, and we have a new segment.
A new segment. We'll unveil that at the appropriate time.
So let's get right into the news then, shall we?
We shall.
Now that Mantic and Deadzone the Podcast have a working relationship, I'd like to call it. We talked to Pat from Mantic, who's the North American representative, and he's letting us in on the news cycle. So we got some important news from Mantic for you peoples.
So we're back in. The loss of James could have been the death knell, could have been the bell that tolls for us, but no. We stay afloat with
who is
Pat.
This James you speak of? There is only Pat.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So Mantic's looking for Pathfinders, and you might ask, what might you ask, Jack?
What is a Pathfinder, Rob?
Pathfinders are a Mantic's army of excited and energetic demolishers? No, demonstrators. They demonstrate the games for them, pretty much, and go to events and things like that to demo games and pretty much preach the word of Mantic.
Okay. So they're looking for some people that are into the game, who are willing to take a little time out of their busy schedules, take their stuff down to some sort of gaming stores or whatever, throw a couple of...
They are volunteers, but Mantic treats their Pathfinders really well, and they get tons of stuff. Oh. So it's incentive.
Nice.
But so if you're interested, contact communitypat@manticgames.com. All these addresses will be on deadzonegame.podbean.com. That's North American applicant, and events Chris with an S, Chris @manticgames.com for the rest of the world. Like I say, we'll have those in the website there if you want to check that out. Also, Mantic is looking for game designers right now also, which is kind of interesting. You just go to their site, and their blog, I think, has some postings about that. Looking for people to help them with rules, since they have so many things on the go right now, so that stuff doesn't get left behind. They want people to help them out with some rules for...
We just discussed that on the last podcast.
Not for Deadzone, though. It's mostly for Dreadball and Kings of War.
Oh.
If it was for Deadzone, we might actually volunteer to help.
Oh, I would do it in a second.
Yeah.
I would do it in a second.
So far, it's for... looks like it's going to be more Dreadball and Kings of War. That they need some people helping them out just to fix up some rules and think of new fluff, that kind of stuff.
Our partner over at Strike Zone, he'll be able to...
Adam.
Adam, and Mr. Voxman, he'll be able to get on board. So, Adam...
Apply. And also, Pat wanted us to mention that Mantic's going to be at Gen Con, which is in, I think it's about a month, Gen Con is. He sent us press release for Mantic at Gen Con in August, so it's about 2 months from now, in Indianapolis. So if you're in the Indy area or planning to go to Gen Con, here's what Mantic is doing there, at least for the Deadzone they have. They have their Mantic booth is going to have Deadzone and Battlezone terrain, and that's going to be focused on their booth there. And you can buy all their 4 original factions and the boosters there. And you also have Nexus Psi is going to be, the campaign book's going to be actually in physical form there. We have the digital copy, but that second pledge is coming, and we'll get the physical. And a new Deadzone supplement book will cover the Forge Fathers, the Asterians, and multiple mat rules. It's also going to be premiered there.
Multiple mat rules. That is a deficit. That is something that needed to be addressed because people have expanded the game very quickly.
Yeah.
People decided that they were going to make bigger boards, and there's got to be some things there that just don't translate well when your distances and...
we'll see what it's about.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll have some more like co-op play and things like that involved. Or team against team.
That. Yeah.
And they're also going to have the new models for the Forge Fathers, the Asterians, with their starters and boosters, and the new Strider models, which, the big walkers. Now, Corporation Plague and red variants for that. And that's all going to be at their booth.
At the Gen Con, okay.
They're also, they're going to be putting on mini events. For Deadzone, they're going to have a lot of 1-hour introduction games, and they're also having a 4-hour scenario campaign, which is being held on Friday and Saturday, which is kind of cool. Get a big scenario campaign going.
Oh, so you bring your miniatures or whatever, and you...
I'm sure they'll even have miniatures there for you to play. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I bet you bring your own.
Well, why not? I'd like to see different people's paint styles, all...
Yeah.
A couple people.
Mass battles.
Yeah, 3 people who all have Plague versus 3 people who all have Enforcers, and then just running amok, running the table.
Something else they're really interesting that they're doing is Deadzone LARP, which is live action role playing. And they say it's still pending for approval from Gen Con, but I'm sure Gen Con will let them do it. So they're going to bring more Nerf weapons and play as Enforcers, Revs, and Plagues, and fight in a battle on Nowzine, is their new their LARP world they're fighting on.
Nowzine sounds like a magazine, a web-based magazine for today's fashion, urban fashion for today's youth.
It could be, the Plague are invading that, and they're going to be fighting.
Okay.
And, there's a special prize if you can put a Nerf bullet in the Ronnie Renton's head, they're saying. They want you to shoot Ronnie.
In the head?
Yep.
Okay.
First person to shoot Ronnie. If I was Ronnie, I'd be hiding. I think it's only during the LARP session. Just don't shoot him randomly on the floor.
I don't think you're allowed to just walk up to him.
And please, do use Nerf weapons. No airsoft or real guns involved.
Ronnie Renton.
I'm from the future. It's from the GW future. GW sends it back to...
That's opening up a can of worms. I don't.
Anyways, if you have any questions, contact Pat at communitypat@manticgames.com.
I don't appreciate that tomfoolery and hijinks.
LARPs?
Yeah.
LARPing is crazy.
I agree. So what's next?
Some word on the shipping of the Kickstarter from the Deadzone.
It's coming early, everyone.
No.
Wait by that mailbox.
We're getting the miniatures, cards, books, and other accessories before anyone else. The miniatures, cards, and books, but
we are because we're special, or we are as in...
As Kickstarters.
Oh, Kickstarters.
Because they don't want to put that stuff on before. But the Ruins scenery, which was part of Stage 2, is going to come out now. It is available from Mantic and the Battlezone line at the end of June. It's in pre-order right now. Just they wanted to warn us just to say, hey... don't get upset that we're selling the damaged stuff already. You're going to get all this other stuff before. Because some people get their buns in a twist when
it's available to the mass, to the general populace, and you're the one who ponied up early to fund it. I can understand that. Usually I'm I come down the side of the, I don't want to pander to the, the whining masses, but I can see
you want you pretty much did a pre-order on the Kickstarter. You want your stuff before you can buy it.
Yeah, so for them
but
to
the thing is, you're getting a
it,
great deal though on the Kickstarter.
For them to acknowledge it, say yes, we understand that you could be a little butthurt, but also this is what you're getting.
Yeah,
okay.
There's the new book for Deadzone is called Deadzone Incursion, and it's part of the second shipment, and it's the second of 3 books, which is the Nexus was first, and the Zombie expansion is going to be the last. And this will make up the compendium, the whole 3 books, or what was the title compendium, the Kickstarter. And it'll have the rules and background for the Asterians, Forge Fathers, new Enforcers, multi-mat games, and there's been a lot of cool new information, and it's going to have a lot of fluff for these new races. And here's an official shot of the ruin scenery from Mantic. They have a publicity shot for it. Once again, deadzonegame.podbean.com. Check out all the pictures.
Yes, follow along because there's going to be a lot of pictures in this.
Or also, you can go to Deadzone the Podcast on YouTube, and we have our video version of the show on there.
Oh, you're still doing that, are you?
Yeah, we've done it for the past 3 episodes so far, so we'll keep doing it.
And how do you find it on the YouTubes?
Just look for Deadzone the Podcast. You'll find us.
Okay.
And, it's a nice, I like this terrain. It's very cool. All the damaged You can see all the guys in there. It's cool. Cool paint job. Yellow. Here's another version of it. More blue. Damaged stuff looks neat. It looks pretty destroyed.
And again, it's they're in diorama form. The board looks like like Deadzone meets Kings of War type style.
Yeah.
Or Warpath.
A big crater in the front, yeah. But it's just showing off the terrain.
Yeah.
For Battlezone. They're not even showing it off for Deadzone. They're showing it off for the Battlezone.
Just for but that's what I'm
So
saying.
you can use it anywhere, not just on Deadzone.
They've mixed it up for it's not just for Deadzone.
That is their thing. It's not just for Deadzone anymore.
Oh.
So, let's move on to some shout-outs, shall we?
We shall. That's my favorite. I love the shout-outs.
We have a shout-out for Phil, the Warboss Hall. He's wanted us to mention that he's got an event coming up on August 23rd and 24th in Mansfield Woodhouse in the UK. It's at the store called Slayer Games. He's going to have a Kings of War tournament on Saturday, Deadzone and Dreadball competition on Sunday, and it starts at 9 a.m. on both days with a lunch buffet. And it's you can go to slayer-gaming.com for more information.
Mansfield Woodhouse. They know how to name a place over there across the pond.
They're definitely old school.
Yeah.
There's definitely nowhere in our area called Mansfield Woodhouse.
No. It's just missing like on the river, like Mansfield Woodhouse.
Not even on the river, it'd be on the pinny or something, like some weird word that you're like, what the hell's a pinny? And then it turns out,
it turns out that's where
the little estuary that they're sitting on.
A creek.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil Hall from Slayer Games wants us to send that shout out. So if you're in the area, why don't you take a look and see maybe?
Yeah, definitely check them out. I'm sure to have a great time. So you get a free buffet. What's the hell?
And you're playing Deadzone, like that's
or any of the other games from Mantic.
Meet some like-minded individuals.
I'm not sure where Mansfield Woodhouse is, what it's near, but I'm sure if you're near it, you know.
Apparently not a river, or else it would say.
It would say on. Yeah, that's true. So, let's have a small commercial break.
That's it for shoutouts? Just one?
We only have that one, yeah.
Okay, well, one's better than none.
That is the way I think.
Thank you, Phil Hall. Without you, we wouldn't have had even one. So, we're going to take a small commercial break. We'll be right back, and we'll see you soon.
You have been listening to the Deadzone Podcast with your hosts Jack Fike and Rob Harper. Deadzone is the tabletop game from Mantic Games. Please visit them at manticgames.com.
And we're back.
Yes, wasn't that a touching memorial that we just did? That commercial was was heartwarming.
We will remember you
over whatever it is that we just did.
I'm sure it was a Mantic.
Oh, I shed a tear then.
It's so beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So we got some more shots of the some terrain from Deadzone.
Some pictures of terrain.
Here's a great board that they set up with the Mantic terrain with some other stuff there. We got some spires of some sort. Lots of cool stuff going on there. Just shows what you can do with a board.
Yeah. Again, not Deadzone laid out with the squares and the board game type, but yeah.
And I don't know if it's this board. They had close-ups of some of the other boards. Here's a Plague Strider, looking good. Look how much taller he is than the.
That wouldn't be a Plague Strider.
Yeah, I mean not Plague. Did I say Plague?
You did.
Reb Strider.
I was gonna say because they got the Teraton there.
Yeah, it's a Reb Strider.
They got
big gun.
Got a little loincloth covering his.
You have
his
to cover
loins.
his nether regions.
Yes,
that's the exhaust board.
Cover your shame.
I'm not sure why they put a flag. I like the flag on his shoulder, though. That's cool.
Yeah, little knee sitting there. Yeah.
I like it.
If you know the size of the Teraton miniature and how much plastic that is, how
this is like twice as high.
And you look back there, I can only imagine how hefty that thing is. Get in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And here's another close-up. This is actually Sergeant Howlett. You can see his 3 claws. That's my sergeant I'm going to be getting, who's a hero, not a merc.
Yes, no, of course not. He's not for sale. He's not a... Look at him. You can't just buy his favor. He fights for honor.
I do like his stance. It's pretty cool.
But he's starting to look... He's looking like a legionnaire from...
Yeah, the way they paint him up.
Roman...
They paint him up with black and red and gold.
Yeah, he's looking a little like Space Legion.
Or Iron Man.
Wolverine and Iron Man mated.
That's right. And I do like it. I really like how they did the highlights on it. The blue.
like an electric blue over that dark.
Yeah, it's cool.
So if you want to see Wolverine and
what their spawn of Wolverine and Iron Man would look like, it's called Sergeant Howlett.
Yeah.
And we have some more information about some Dreadball stuff.
We don't play Dreadball, and we don't have a Dreadball podcast. So why would we be discussing Dreadball?
Because it gives you a lot more information about these races that are in Dead Zone through this Dreadball.
Oh, okay.
And here's a great shot of the what do they call it? Brokers. Brokers? Is that how you pronounce that, you think?
I don't know. It looks like they're missing some vowels. Like
I would say brokers, though.
It looks.
But here they are. They're space dwarves, Forge Fathers, but they look like bikers, pretty much.
It looks like they're criminals.
Yeah, well, that's because they painted them orange. They put them in orange jumpsuits.
It looks like they should be picking up trash on the side of the road, but instead they've taken up arms. And
I wouldn't like the orange jumpsuit, but they look cool, though. Like, they got a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big dwarf fan in any game, but these guys look pretty wicked. Wicked. Nothing more to say about that?
You just brought up an Ewok. Like, what am I supposed to say? Yes, they're the noblest of the races in the Star Wars universe.
Because they're short, like Ewoks. Anyways, how do you like the brokers?
You just want me to get into discussion with Ewoks, don't you?
Not on this podcast.
Because they are the noblest of the races. If you really think about it, if you watch the original trilogy, they're the... okay, well...
And we also have some more shots of work in progresses of the Crystallians. I added this because I know you love the Crystallians.
I have high hopes. And look at that arm that's actually a gun.
Yeah.
We knew that was what it was going to be. You mentioned that 3 podcasts ago, that it would be so easy to make a Dead Zone.
Yeah, these guys are going to be easy to mod into Dead Zone. We'll have to make some rules up for him.
But I'm guaranteeing he's going to be good enough for Dead Zone. It looks like he shoots out crystals out of his hands.
Here's the injured model. He looks like a leader. He's pointing.
You know, you just put a crate, prop him up on a crate, and he's a general.
And this guy's cool. He's like the skinny one.
And look, he's
got a gun too. Yeah,
like I'm telling you.
Yeah, because this is Extreme, Dead Zone Extreme. I think they're allowed to use weapons. So yeah, they're cool. This guy's got a big axe hand. Yeah, we'll just have to make some rules up for them. Look at these guys, the mechanites for new Extreme. These guys are wicked.
Now those are actually. It looks like
they're definitely weaponized.
Yeah.
But obviously you can build your own, so there's all different variants. Look at these guys. Got a big ball and chain on his hand, and one wheel. He must be Enforcer.
Well, Johnny 5 is alive, and
for sure,
that's right there.
Yeah, they do remind me of Johnny 5.
No, that's cool. I think the Mechanites are going to be awesome in Dead Zone. They're easy to make rules for that. Look, they've already got guns on them.
And like a hammer of some sort, like a piston.
Make them move a bit faster because they got wheels. Make them do, you can mix it up a bit. And what would just be plain awesome is if they were the base of cooperative games where you just had cards that said, these Mechanites do this.
You're fighting them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking most forward to the Crystallians because I want to see the clear plastic, the blue, stuff.
And I forgot they're going to be in that special color.
And I do think that they'll look the best when you've painted them up and stuff. But the Mechanites I look forward to just because the versatility.
For building will be fun. Maybe that's what we can use magnets for. Magnetize everything.
So different chassis, different arms, different.
Yeah. Maybe do like the head and the chassis together and just have all different arms.
Depends how...
Mix and match your arms. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to come. We'll have to see.
Because it looks like it's torso and legs.
You can see like a little line here, so that looks like a different part than this.
Oh, I see it. I was looking down below.
Right here?
Yeah, right there where it would separate. But anyways, as a visual, just, again, go to the website and take a look at what we're looking at.
Yeah, because that's the same chassis. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, it should be interesting.
That will be interesting. I like the looks of them. Oh, look at that.
This is a shout-out for Dalton Colford. He's on Facebook, and he did the most amazing terrain, combining the different companies, but mostly with Mantic. So you can see this is the MicroArts catwalks. And you got some barrels and stuff, but look at this beautiful
that is
courtyard
gorgeous. And where is he from? Where's Dalton Colford from?
I assume England, but I'm not sure.
So he's from
Facebook. That's where he's from.
Facebook on the Thames?
He's Facebook on the Thames. So here's a close-up of the same place. It's like almost like a prison complex or a...
But look at the paint job. That green with on the one side, the blue on the other.
Wait till you see the inside. Turn around, look at the inside. It's all really pristine white, and that's the inside of it. Here's another shot of the back. So you can have guys running around, sneaking around the outsides.
Going through the centers, going through up the top.
Yeah, here's another shot.
Wow.
Nice to shoot through the windows there.
I'm just
look at it, isn't it cool?
Well, where'd those stairs come from? Look, he built stairs.
Yeah, those are from the landing pad. We're going to be getting those. They're part of the landing pad part. Yeah, there's a shot of the big back with all the guys in it. So it's pretty big because the stage 1 standing in there pretty easy.
Yeah, well, you know, since everything's been standardized to the 3-inch model,
yep.
You know exactly how tall that is. You know exactly how wide that is. It's and I don't know how much.
Yeah, I don't know
how much terrain that he bought, because
a lot.
That's just one building.
Look at the stairs go up, and then the stairs go up. Like, he's got access to everything too, which is cool.
So you literally, if you wanted to scamper up through all those things, you'd have to go across the windows. Yeah, it's well thought out.
It's pretty cool.
It's not just a visual thing. There's actual gameplay that's been thought about.
Yeah, I'm sure he uses it, but it's just
I love that color that he did, that green.
And this is the original picture we saw. It was just like he's got like a little perch up here. We're looking at the first picture again with it shows all the guys on it.
It's gorgeous.
And we also have a new terrain shot from our friends at Titan Games, the game store. They have a nice shot of the board being used, multiple mats with the landing pad. It looks like, and pretty fun.
Looks like 6 mats.
Looks like a nice battle going on there.
Yeah,
at least 6, I think. Looks fun. They're playing it too because they have all the book open. And
oh yeah, and you can see they're moving the models onto the board. Like it's.
They actually might be playing 40K or something. Look at that, or is that Infinity maybe even? Because look at that. That's not a Deadzone model.
No,
might be playing Infinity on it. That's probably what they have measuring tape too there. That's cool. So, want to take another short break?
I do. I need something to pick me up. That last break, kind of like my heart's, I need something, jaunty tune, perhaps.
Okay, well, let's hear from our friend Adam and his Strike Zone podcast. How's that sound?
That's always very loud and wakes me up every time I hear it. So.
Does it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He does have a punch in there.
He doesn't come in timid.
No,
it's a bold commercial.
It is indeed.
So everyone, brace yourselves. Here's a commercial break.
We will now take a moment for an important message.
This is the Strike Zone.
Yo, Dreadball fans, the Strike Zone podcast is all about entertaining, educating, and informing you about everything Dreadball. We record twice a month, are an hour long, and are child-friendly. You can look us up on iTunes with the keywords Dreadball and Strike Zone, or on our main website, www.moremoreradio.com.
Enter the Strike Zone.
Welcome back to the Deadzone Podcast.
And there it was.
Yeah, did everyone?
Everybody's awake now.
Yeah. There's no question there. Your speakers work.
Okay. Maybe not anymore.
What's next?
Well, I did some hobbying.
Oh.
Did you get any hobbying in over the week?
No.
No, you've been busy.
I've been busy. But what has Perfect Robbie been up to? What's the latest? What's the schedule?
Well, let's just say I got some more crazy boxes, so that means I got more Raptors and more command squads for the Marauders.
You have you can field now a Marauder, like a horde.
Yeah, so like all these Marauders, I always have to like modify them to try to make them different because I have so many of the same model. So this time I went crazy. I just added weapons everywhere, and yeah, one guy's got a big chainsaw. We got a leader because he's pointing, and then I decided to turn one into a standard bear. I had that from a Kings of War set, so I put a big standard on him.
Standard bear, not like an exceptional bear, but a standard bear.
He's pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, modifying a lot of Marauders. That was fun. There's the group all together. So I got 2 pistols. I got a guy with a chainsaw and a rocket launcher. We got some guy with 2 power claws. I just tried to make them as different as possible, just because I have so many of the same models.
Well, you'll have to play Marauders until you get.
We do have a lot of Marauders
until you get your enforcers.
Like I probably have enough Marauders for a Warpath army now.
All painted and ready to go.
Pretty much, yeah. I still have more. I still have, I think, 4 more command sprues. Those are the guys I was going to bring you. Some more Marauder. You can paint them up.
I got no time.
Eventually, you have time.
Life is one kicking the balls after another until you die.
Anyway, I also got a Sorak who I decided to mod up. So I used the old hot water treatment on him. Put his guns behind him, and he's ready to go. Looks like he's running, and his guns are ready to shoot people. And there he's painted up.
He'll match the other ones nicely.
He's the correct color.
Yeah.
a shot of him. So yeah, his lower hands, which are his lower limbs, which are his arms, are behind him, like he's in a sprint.
Upper limbs, which are his legs, are akimbo, like he's
running.
He's urgently moving from point A to point B.
And that's about it for that stuff.
That's your hobbying for the.
Well, I have more, but we'll talk about that next podcast. There's a big update about maybe some. I'll give you a little hint.
A little glean, a little information from you.
Let's just say there might be some proxies coming on to the board next time.
Ooh, proxies.
Or a corporation army.
Oh.
We do have some beta stats that somebody made up for a corporation army, so I might field a corporation army in Dead Zone next time.
Get your APC going, your Firefly.
I don't know about rules for them, but definitely going to have a whole new force. 13 new models coming out.
Nice. Okay, and hopefully by then I'll get some time together to
finish up the Forge Fathers.
Yeah, I don't like them. At least get that trike.
Yeah, the Raptor done.
The Raptor, yeah.
Yeah, so we have like 3 Raptors now. Yeah, I have. I also did a Raptor, and we'll talk about next time. I'm halfway through doing some other vehicles that I got with some more crazy boxes.
Those boxes, they be crazy.
They be crazy. Nice variety. So we'll hit up another commercial break here.
Another one. We just did a commercial.
It's not my fault. Because the next is our new segments coming out.
Oh, yeah, we got to push this. Yeah, do bear with us with the commercial.
Short little commercial for a new person we're associated with. We'd like to give a shout out for.
Yeah. They're don't listen to the rumors. They're not true. They're not that bad. These people. They're you maybe saw them on the news. Perhaps heard the scuttlebutt. It's not true. They're fine, upstanding people. Who are they?
You'll have to listen to find out.
No, drat.
We will now take a moment for an important message.
Do you like Mantic games? Do you want to read about your favorite games in a monthly magazine? Have we got the offer for you? IRONWATCH magazine. IRONWATCH brings you the latest news, articles, and short stories taking place in the Mantic universe. Dreadball, Kings of War, Dead Zone, Warpath. You want it? They got it. IRONWATCH.wordpress.com. Get it now for the low price of free. You can't beat that at twice the price. That's IRONWATCH.wordpress.com. Download now.
Welcome back to the Dead Zone Podcast.
Welcome back.
Now we're going to start with this new segment. We should preface this with why we started this segment and what it's going to be.
We're going to tell them what the segment is first before we preface.
Sure, go ahead. So Wintergreen, give us our intro into our reviews section.
No, really, Wintergreen, get to it.
I think he died.
Wintergreen collapsed. Call a medic.
Wintergreen.
It is now time for product reviews.
We're going to be doing some reviews.
Some product reviews. We, with Mantic moving away from the Dead Zone to do some of their other projects, we feared that perhaps the news would come at a slower pace. And we don't mind doing the battle reports. Those are fun, and we get the most responses from them. Strangely, but we don't want to be one-trick ponies. So what we decided to do was to do reviews of products that we've used and enjoyed, that we ourselves would just tell you about. That because we're all like-minded individuals, we're all in this together. It's one community, and if we're enjoying it, you probably would too. So we've also we've asked for some people who wanted to supply us with things to review, and we've also had people offer. So we
and if you do want to send anything our way that you want to have reviewed, please do contact us at deadzonepodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, so in no particular order, no matter the origin of the products that we're going to review, it doesn't matter what the means were or why we got a hold of them. We're going to do a segment, possibly every other podcast, And,
I don't know. It might end up being every podcast the way it's going.
Okay, well then we'll just share with you our hopes and our dreams, like you're our own diary, and we'll add to it like a daily journal. No, wait, what?
I think he had a stroke. And we will give our honest opinions here, just because we got this stuff sent to us. We're not shills for the man.
No, some of this stuff is just our own stuff that we enjoyed. Some of it's, like I said, so we're not even going to, it's not like we're beholden to anyone.
So this first review will be from SYSTEMA Gaming. You can check them out at systemagaming.com. And we got from them their Base O Heliport Bundle.
A heliport bundle. Yes, indeed. We did get the heliport bundle. We spent some time. We put the elbow grease into it. We've built the heliport, and so we'll have pictures to show you of how it came packaged, how we put together what we did.
It's flat packed MDF terrain. As they say, some gluing is required, which I won't even mention our glue situation for this.
We used wood glue. Yeah.
Yeah, wood glue that was in Jack's shed for decades. I wouldn't call it glue. I'd call it like some kind of super foam.
You can call it names all you want.
It wasn't liquid.
You're being hurtful. Now you're just making digs at for no reason.
So it is laser cut terrain.
Yes.
And this package does include 2 Base-O helipads, helipad access ramps, which are the access ramps are like 2 ramp ends and then a flat in the middle, and control tower, which is cool. It's a nice tower.
It is nice.
And a radar antenna, which is a neat little antenna, and all of it's made out of MDF. Some SYSTEMA stuff has plastic, like what do they call that? The clear plastic, vinyl. But this is all MDF stuff.
Yes. So, Rob, what did you think about the right from unboxing to construction? What are your impressions?
Well, I have actually put together MDF terrain before. You have not.
No. I was a babe in the woods, wandered like a small precious child into the new world of MDF and its possibilities.
And the first one we put together was the helipads themselves, because there's 2 of them, so we each made one.
Yep.
And pictured is the flat things with all the pieces, the sheets.
Which you just need to punch out the component parts.
And the parts were harder to punch out than other ones I've used. You actually had to use an X-Acto to notch the last little piece of wood that's holding them together. Yeah. I would have liked a little bit less. Like, it's good that they don't fall out the moment you take them out of the bag, which that's like I'd rather them just fall out the moment I take them out of the bag kind of thing, but I guess other people would rather them stick in there. It's kind of the same with counter sheets. When you get like those cardboard sheets of counters, some fall out.
We did have to do some cleanup from the little tabs that do hold the product into the...
little scraping.
Yeah, a little bit.
Another thing to note is these things don't come with any instructions. You can go on. They have that says go online to their website for instructions. And we just never bothered. We meant to, and then we just started doing it, and we figured it out. We didn't have to go.
Yeah, I think that's probably why they don't bother including an instruction sheet or something like that.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
It's not rocket science. No. You look at the picture, and it's laid out in such a way on the sprues. Is it a sprue?
Yeah, I guess you call it a sprue still.
If there's a correct term for it, please let us know. It's probably ignorance on my part, not knowing what it's called, but for lack of a better term, the sprue. You look at that, it's laid out properly, we punched it out, and next thing you know, we were building.
Yeah, it's especially the launch pad, it's repeated all the way around, so there's 4 different sections that are all repeated. And nice detail with the laser cut. On the top, there's a bunch of arrows and vents, and then they have these doors with the what do you call those like submarine spinny handles? What do they call those?
Yeah, what you would close a hatch with.
Yeah, hatch
with
like a spinny thing, which is cool.
A spinny thing, yes. I was worried about using the term sprue,
and I'm just saying spinny things.
You're saying spinny thing. I think we've got it. There's a difference in opinion on professionality here.
Professional? Us?
Look it up.
So we have a nice shot of halfway through this construction there.
Yeah, the starting phases of the construction of the helipad itself.
Got some nice ladders. I must say, unlike other companies I've used before, glue is a necessity in this. It doesn't stay together without glue. It's not even like It's not even like
a friction
fit
or
held,
like
yeah.
that. No,
it's pretty loose, which is fine. They fit, like, once it's together, there's no seams or anything. It was fine. It just, you definitely need glue, just to be aware. And it's super easy to put together, I thought.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was fun. It wasn't, at no point was was it
frustrating
or just like a ball bust or one of those things that you have to do it in a specific order, or at no point was I thinking I'm not enjoying a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
I'm at the point of frustration.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It was fun, everything fit together great. For the landing pad, at least, that was definitely easy and fun. More just shots of all the pieces going together. And here's a finalized shot with our plague invading the landing pad here.
For scale, there's just to show the size. If you've
stage 2 and a stage 1.
If you've got any questions about they're not giant, but they're not small pieces.
No, they're nice. They're perfectly sized, especially for Deadzone. You don't want something too big to dominate the board.
Yeah.
And fun. I love the landing pads. They were pretty cool. Next, we moved. Here's another close-up shot of the hatch and stuff.
With the spinny thing.
Next, I put together the antenna. That was a little more complex. There was pieces where I'm like, I don't know where this goes, and I just finally, by trial and error, it was a bit of it's engineered amazingly. There was a bit of a little trick to get it together, and once I figured that, once again, never looked up the instructions.
The thing is, with everything being flats and stuff, they had to improvise to make to get the angles of stuff and make it look like it wasn't just always flat. And at one point you were just like, Eureka! And it was just a matter of slipping it in and down, and it just boop.
Because I was like, this doesn't go with this, and I was like, oh, you just slip it in and
easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, so the antenna's cool. It was easy, quick. And while I was doing the antenna, you started on the ramps.
Yes.
The ramps were a bit fiddly. They were a lot of cleaning up to do, and
the pieces were a little tighter than the side rails were a little tighter, and but again, it wasn't brain surgery.
No, it wasn't hard. It was just and since there was 2 ramps that were identical plus the middle, which was different. You had to figure out which piece went with what, but that didn't take long.
Yeah, but
we figured out one of the railings was different because it's at the bottom of the ramp and things like that.
And the side railings have a few of them were a bit different. I didn't understand why until you determined that they go at the bottom of the ramp,
so they actually sit flush.
So that's just trial and error kind of stuff.
And then I went to the control tower. Now this is where complexity and mistakes were made.
We were both building the tower at the same time.
Yep, I did the bottom, Jack did the top.
So,
but that wasn't really a problem, I don't think.
I think because we didn't have the whole picture of how things connected. I think one person building it would be able to look and see.
Maybe. It was just certain things had to go certain ways for it to fit together. And
at some point, until you saw where I was on my product,
I was like, wait, these holes don't match. Really sure. Oh, it's different.
When you looked over and went, oh, is that what yours looks like?
But luckily, I took the base of the top and tried to put it on top of mine. And I was like, this doesn't fit. The holes are in different spots. And luckily, the glue hadn't dried yet. And I was able to take it apart and put it together right. But
yes, but
definitely a little bit more complex.
Complex. Actually, building the top did require me to kind of fabricate most of the top and then put it upside down and put the floor on at the top of it. It was a little more finicky in that regard, but not outrageous.
Yep, and I liked how you did. It gives you the option of taking windows out or leaving them in, and
yes,
you left a few in, and you took a couple out, and it's cool what they. I like the options they give you on that one.
Yeah, you could take them all out, you could leave them all in, any combination of the two. And for my money, the tower is my favorite part of the.
It's definitely cool. It was harder to put together, but it definitely turned out really cool. And here's a great shot of all of it together. You can see the size of it. Like the stage 1 looks teeny on the whole thing. And it's just, as we say, it's all modular, so you can just move stuff around, and we have other configuration pictures here where we just change stuff slightly, put the antenna on top, or change where the ramps are, or...
Now, if, for my, what we got right there is good for one section of a terrain for a board. It's sizable enough, modular enough.
Or you could even split it up and put it on, use
2
different areas.
For me, I would say that if I wanted to fill a board, 2 of those,
Would it fill a 4x4?
and you would not have to worry about any. If you wanted to, if you got your mat and you just wanted, okay, I just need something on there that's different than the Battlezone terrain, something that mixes it up, or even something to complement or something. It looks good. The scale fits. The Type 1 can move up and down the ramps. We move.
Yeah, the base is, it's obviously they knew that how wide to make it is. It's probably about 45 millimeters, yeah. Where bases are about 40 millimeters, so it's everything slides, everything. And so yeah, that's SYSTEMA Gaming's Base O Heliport bundle.
Yes, and I would say that. Now, what's the cost of the Heliport bundle?
For the whole bundle, it's €60, which conversion rate's probably about $100 Canadian at least. But €60 isn't horrible. I think it's worth it. It's a lot of you're getting a lot of terrain there.
Yes, and now we haven't painted it or anything like that. That's it. If you're looking at the picture on the website, you're looking at what it looks like just
glued together.
Just glued together. It's got that laser cut edge. It's
that beigeish color.
It's a beigeish color of the MDF. That's its stock. Would you need to make any adjustments to that after? Would you need to paint it? No, you wouldn't need to.
You're of the opinion you like the stock colors. I do think it needs painted.
It can be painted, and I think
nothing needs. That's like saying miniatures don't need to be painted, right?
Yeah, and I'm of that opinion as well.
Nah, I think miniatures and terrain should be.
Okay, well,
but we wanted to figure out a way to paint it without losing all the detail. So I have experimented with other MDF, done like a wash on it, but
we'll see. By the time by the time our next podcast rolls around, we'll probably have
thrown some paint on it,
painted it up, and we'll be able to do a follow up on how we did that and what the results were. But I'm happy with it.
It's pretty amazing kit.
We'll be playing a game, and hopefully we'll be slapping that on the board. And
I also like because it may not be great for Deadzone because it's not squared. You know, it's not going to fit the squares exactly, but
that's a bridge we will have to cross when we get to it. We've used other terrains as well for like prototypes. Same though.
Yeah, you just have to eyeball it and agree. Okay, this is this level. This is this level. Like it's all about agreeing. Like you just at the beginning of the battle, you just agree. Okay, this is level 2. This is level 3. This is this is in this square. This is in this square. If it doesn't fit exactly,
right,
eyeball it.
But
like you don't have to be that accurate. That's all I'm saying.
And if you're playing a non-board game type miniature game, one that requires the rulers and the more of like a warpath type thing, well, that'll work. Perfect. That'll work just fine. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
And it'd be fun to use like the antenna dishes, like an objective or something, where you have to take it out or something in missions.
Yeah, or
protect it.
So the next time we play, that'll probably be gracing the board, and we'll let you know how it works. So that was SYSTEMA Gaming.
Yep, SYSTEMAgaming.com. You go on there. You can go check out their stuff there. They got a lot of other buildings and, like I said, some vinyl with MDF, vinyl antennas and things like that.
And their product lines must have a similar aesthetic. So you want to mix and match.
They have their whole Base O. It's called is their
Base O.
Yeah, it's Base-O.
Oh, okay.
And it's got a lot of cool stuff. They
if you're looking for some terrain and it's easy to put together. It does the job. And if you wanted to build 2 or 3 pieces to fill out to complement your already existing board or just to start one, I think it looks good. I think
they have really good. Huge bundles
and if you're talented, unlike myself, if you've got some talent and you can put together something, get the paint out, you can really make it look decent. Like it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. Like really, like I say, it's you do need glue. It doesn't just friction together, and there's a little bit of hobby skill involved. You have to,
But we knocked it out in like just a little bit.
It's much easier than modeling or doing miniatures really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty cool set.
Excellent.
Thumbs up from me.
Oh, are we gonna do a rating system?
Sure, we gotta figure out how many plague tooths.
Plague tooths?
What's one of the plague mutations? what's the one, like, acid...
Suck ass and not so good. But hey, that's for another podcast. I'm going to give it 3 stars. I'm
going to give it 2 las cannons up. I don't know what a las cannon is, but they're getting 2 of them up for it.
Okay.
It's good stuff. And we'll be back with another review probably next month.
Next podcast, another review. We have something lined up.
I'm sure we'll find something to review.
Okay. Well then,
I think this brings this podcast to an end.
It does. We will conclude this podcast. Thank you for tuning in and listening, and hopefully you learned something. Again, if you want to be involved as a Pathfinder,
contact Mantic.
Please contact Mantic if you want to demo the game, get the word out. If you are interested in working on the Deadzone, not the Deadzone,
Dreadball or Kings of War.
Look, get involved. I know there's a lot of people there that have
some, right.
Have
send
some
stuff
ideas.
to IRONWATCH magazine. They're always looking for submissions.
They got if you got some ideas, and they want to hear it. So thank you again for Mr. Hall for our shout out.
That's right. Check out his event in August.
Perfect.
So thanks to everyone, and we will be back.
Adieu, adieu. Take us away, Wintergreen.
Oh, that Wintergreen.
Here is your host, Rob, to tell you how to contact us here at the Deadzone Podcast.
Thank you, Wintergreen. You can listen to us on our website, deadzonegame.podbean.com. You can email us at deadzonepodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Twitter at deadzonepodcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Join us next time for some more of the Deadzone Podcast.
Vinland Old Time Radio. It is to laugh.
Astro!
Ahoy there, Dirigible. Help a fellow Empire citizen out with you.
It's a Gavo, a haunted Gavo.
Have you read The King in Yellow?
Hello, William.
I made the koala burgers.
So, what's new?
Are you insane?
That better be a rhetorical question. And yes.
For far too long.
I once knew a Spaniard in Tarragona who spoke in gibberish like you.
Up, and escape!
That was terrible.
I should be a god, and instead I'm stuck down here like a worm.
She would tell me such wonderful stories.
Dr. Deja Vu will return.
Africa's a continent?
It's with great protest.
Ooh, now that's some fine programming.
VinlandOldTimeRadio.podbean.com